This is our sparring video. There's a couple of things about sparring you need to know. So our traditional sparring in victory is going to be hands and feet only. So anything the hand pads cover, the foot pads cover, is going to be able to be used to hit your opponent. But what kind of hit? So you can hit the torso, you can punch and kick the torso with any kind of technique you want. Jumping, spinning, whatever. You can hit the chest, stomach, and ribs with whatever technique you've been learning in class. Totally fine. When you're doing this, again, it's hands and feet. So when I say any technique, I mean any kind of punch and any kind of kick using the tops, bottoms of your feet. To the head, to the helmet, front, sides, top, and back of the head, you're allowed to kick. Again, kicks with the feet, right? So knees aren't allowed, elbows aren't allowed. It's gotta be the feet. When you're kicking to the head, it can be any kind of kick, any kind of jump, any kind of spin, any kind of technique to the head, totally fine. These are the basics of your sparring. This is gonna take you most of the way. When you're with your partner, punching, kicking the torso, kicking the head, let's go. As you're sparring, if I didn't say it, you can't do it. That means no grappling, that means no elbows, no sweeping the leg, and nothing like that, right? Any kind of grabbing of an opponent's weapon in combat sparring, not allowed. We'll talk about combat sparring more in a second, but the grabbing is a very common instinct for a lot of beginners. They feel like grabbing people's arms or grabbing their helmet or chest gear. It seems like an easy handle. It is against the rules in our traditional sparring. As you're sparring, there's a couple of things you need to know. Your round kick and side kick are the king and queen of your sparring. As you're moving, the kicks that you're going to use the most often are round kicks and side kicks. If you're looking at what's going to be the most effective, what's the most long-term bang for your buck, round kicks and side kicks. Because of the rules of our sparring, I can't get attacked in the legs. I can't get kicked in the spine, and punching to the head isn't allowed. So a more bladed stance where my body is more sideways is really useful. And side kick and round kick allow me to stay sideways as I pick up my leg or as I pick up my leg to execute my technique. It really saves me a lot of time and energy, and it allows me to use the rules to my advantage when I'm performing at testing or performing at tournaments. Okay, combat sparring. Combat sparring is a little different. There's so many options and variables for combat sparring and stick fighting. It's actually easier to cover the things you can't do. So you can't stab in the face. You cannot stab or strike the throat, but the sides of the neck are fine. You cannot stab or strike the groin, but the inner thighs or the front of the thighs are totally fine. So you can strike the face, you can't stab it. You can't do anything to the throat. You can't do anything to the groin. That's it. You can hit people's arms, you can hit their torso, you can hit their back, you can hit the sides and back of their neck, you can hit their head all the way around, you can hit their legs and feet all the way around, 360, their butt, fair game, right? You can hit almost everything. With your combat weapon, you can only use the padded portion, so the portion of your stick above your thumb. Using the pommel or the bottom part of the stick, not allowed. Your free hand, you can't punch or grab with it. You gotta just use your stick to make contact, and you should be using one hand. There's a bunch of nuance your instructor will go over with you. The biggest thing you need to know is that when you're combat sparring, we're looking for sharp motion. It's very tempting to play whack-a-mole with your partner and just keep smacking them on top of the head. This doesn't demonstrate good distance or good timing. Move your feet, use the same principles you do for sparring, be sharp with your techniques. Imagine that every time you swing your stick, you're swinging a sword, and that should be treated like it's serious. And your combat sparring is serious as long as you give it the proper energy and attention. If you treat it like it's a pool noodle that you're whacking your friend on the head with, then the seriousness disappears and you're not getting the value out of the training. So keep your focus, keep your hands up, move as if every strike is important, like you were really defending your life. Okay, those are the basics of sparring. That's everything you need to know to get yourself started. If you have any questions or concerns, ask your chief instructor. Again, there's all kinds of techniques, nuances. If you want to compete, there's a point system to how many points I can score, time limits, all that stuff is amazing, beyond the scope of this video. Ask your chief instructor for more information. I'll see you later.